Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check.
Watson with a give to Miller. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized. The others, you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and good by Sanders. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They'll run on 1st down. Hilliard, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his tight end Fant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Jackson now. He completes this to Sutton. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
A pickup of 18 yards. It's now 3rd down.
Mike 41, Mike 41. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. From the gun, it's Jackson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
At the 40-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lamar Miller. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Broncos are going to get it at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Jackson from the shotgun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete. It's Miller. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the 16, Watson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
14. Broncos nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Jackson. This is the tight end fan. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A good pickup there, a 22.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jackson. This is caught inside the 15. That goes for a gain of 31. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. When you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. It's just
Parker's got it for a Bronco touchdown. Devontae Parker. as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. Now a carry here for Hilliard. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Jackson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
You can't block me.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Check pass. Single slot.
This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Here we go. They're not ready.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Got a man open, it's Sutton. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit. And that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Let's go. Hey, no. Hey, what's that? Hey, what's the ball?
On 3rd down, Jackson. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones for him on the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Miller.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense. Watson on 3rd down. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
first down. Miller. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Watson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let one go deep for Park. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They've bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run again with Hilliard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson Throwing again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
55's my guy, 55. Come on, boy.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All day, every day. All day, every day.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good. So that will get them back within 1 score. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves them with 1 yard to go on third down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On third down, Miller. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote.
First down, Texans.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Texans, they do finish things out with a victory here in the final week, but the victories were few and far between as they'll end the year 5-11. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, this loss will be the capper to a dismal 4-12 campaign. And with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.